Hello, this is Vance, and this is Wednesday, March the 22nd, 2017. These are the CL trades for today using the slow hunt method for price action. Just the tail end of this trade. I've been in it for a while now. It was really at the bottom of this channel. I'll describe it. Is right here. I had this as an earlier channel. This area going up through here, and price bounced a couple of times. We had the overnight. This is the value of the overnight. Oops, no, sorry. This was where we had the DOE report came out. Price kind of spiked down, came back up almost immediately, and then we had a pullback. A little bit of support here. Price moved this way higher, pulled back again, price up, and then kind of rotated around to here. Now, this area right here, let me just kind of show you this one. Right here to this area, we had this first pullback, second pullback, and almost went in on here. But because I was involved in this trade, I let this go by. I was looking at this, but price kind of pulled back down here. And I'll talk about these other ones later on. But more importantly, when price moved down to this area, I think it kind of overshot this bottom level. I think there was support here, and I think it's just an overshoot. You can see that there's a little bit of these tails on this one. Pulls back, first entry, second entry long. Now, it took a while to work out. It entered in pretty low at 746.60. First two contracts are off, and now it's just moving up higher. So, I mean, that's the way I see it right now. And, so I'm 35 ticks ahead. It's got the first two contracts off. A little bit of resistance at 47, at $48. That's understandable. But I've kind of put this up here. And the reason I have is because if you look at right across this area, I'll just move this up here, it looks like there's kind of resistance through here. And so I don't know if price is going to move up higher or not. So anyways, I'm leaving it the way it is, and we'll see how that goes, works out for the rest of this trade. Okay, in the meantime, let me just talk about what the trades were right for today. Really, we had, generally speaking, and this is just a real loose definition, when we have the DOE report on Wednesday, it's almost like there's two markets. There's the pre-market before the DOE report and what the market responds after the report. And so that's something I'm conscious of. The idea is that as we're going into the report, depending on what the expectations are with regard to the oil market, you think that, and that's kind of based on the API report of the day before, generally speaking. Yesterday's API report was a little bit more bearish than they anticipated. They thought there might be a slightly smaller drawdown, and it was a little bit of a build, and as far as oil was concerned. So as a result, the overnight prices were down. This morning, right around 7 o'clock, it appeared to be firming up. And so as a result, and this is right at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Let's see if we can take a look at this. If we look at the general trend is down. But if you look at right around 9 o'clock, this is 9 o'clock right here, you can see that there is some, price is really going sideways. It doesn't go down much further beyond 47.42. But when price opened, it really opened at for the regular trading hours, it opened really around 47.57. That's where it opened. So as a result, when price got to that level, when it had the opening, it just kind of meandered around here, tried to go higher. And originally I had, when you look at this, I had this area right here as the top of the range. And so to enter in this area, it did move up higher, but it kind of just broke through the top of this range and then turned around, rolled over, and moved lower. Now, first trade, if you look at this as a trade right here, as a short, I was in this trade, and I expected maybe price would move down to at least test this area. But when it got ahead about 10 ticks, pulled back, and I got in on this one here, not on this first one, on this one right here. And so it didn't get me my 10 ticks, came back, I moved it to break even, and it pulled back and took me out. But price just rotated down even lower. And by the time I was kind of regrouping, it was after 10 o'clock, and I just waited for the DOE report. So it was really the only trade this morning. Now, had you gotten in on this other trade, if you gotten in a little earlier, it would have worked out great, because the fact of the matter is that you would have gotten your first contracts off, pulls back. If you would have just stayed with it, this decline after the report came out would have been a real winner in that regard. So I was just a little bit late on this trade. This is just a matter of a single bar. Had I gotten on this, it would have been much better, but that's just the way it goes. Now, when prices came out, especially here, there was a slightly bearish report as far as the DOE report was concerned. Price moved down. It didn't really move a lot. And then all of a sudden the bottom dropped out of it, found support when it got down to 47.01, couldn't break $47, and then really bounced right back up and took up virtually the entire amount that it had gone down right into this area. So it was really just like a push down and pulled back up. So it shows that there's really support. We did have a slight decline here, second entry short, which would have worked out. The only trouble with this second entry short here is that it has to go below this area in order for it to get your 15 ticks off. Now, when price moved back down, there's a second entry long here, one here. It was still too early, but when this one moved up, I thought this would have been a good trade to take, because it's meandering out here. It's pretty low enough. I missed this trade. I didn't take this one. I wasn't really looking at the chart. I thought it was still too early. It was just before 11 o'clock. Price moves up here. And this one here, I missed this one. Now, this trade I liked. I tried getting in on this one. I would focus on the chart. I saw this as the first move up here, and I thought the first entry, second entry, a little bit of sideways action, but certainly when this bar completed right here, I tried to get in. I tried to limit in on this, and I couldn't get in on this trade. It took away from me and then climbed right up to here. So I missed this one completely, but if you would have taken it, I was just a hair trigger late. I was late on this one a little bit. I was late on this one a little bit, so that one passed me by. This one was better. Got this one, trade rolled over. There was enough room to get out. Here I'm looking at support. I mean, the idea was this trade, and actually originally I had this kind of up here like this. It was a break of the chart to a new low, and I looked at this second entry long here, and this was a bad trade. So when price firmed up, looked at this. I looked at this one here, didn't like the overlap, and then the collapse. Really, this is a second entry short right on this one. When it broke the channel, it went down a little further, pulled back. Found support, and the thing is that the reason I look at this trade is that I found support. I wanted to be entered below this area here, or very low on this area, and that's why I got in on this trade. A little bit of an aggressive trade perhaps, but certainly took a while to work out. You can see the first contract came off, took a while to work it out. First contract, second contract, and now that you can see it has to break this high. You can see there's resistance right at this $48 level, and it has to really break 40, and it has to break this. So I've got 30 ticks locked in here. I need to go a little bit higher. Most of the trend, even after the DOE report, this kind of messes you up. I was fortunate with this trade. Like I said, I missed these two. I got it on this one, and that's pretty much it. Only got the 15 ticks off of this one before it came back and pulled me out right here. I looked at this one right here, but because of the strength, I should have been short on this one. I was like, you can't get every trade. I missed it. I was thinking I was more of a long bias, and I just didn't get on the basis of that one. But I could see that if you would have taken a short here, that's the difficulty about putting in trend lines like this, is that where is the proper direction of this trend line? I mean, is it at exhaustion? Is this was this really the move up here? And then we have the first pullback, second pullback, and then it was going to go higher. Is this the one here? It didn't quite get there, and then turns over. So, you have to look at this being a kind of maybe a wider range, but that's pretty much it. And even at this, when you look at the top here, you see the strong move up. If we're going to have another leg up here to take out this contract above 48.05, and the idea is if it gets above 48.05, it'll probably extend higher. I mean, except that where's the high of the day? We were going to make a run at the high of the day of 48.24. I mean, that's kind of something to keep in mind. But as I said, it's got to go significantly higher from here. We got to make 20. This is going to be 10 ticks up. Do I extend it a little bit more? And because if price breaks this previous high right at 47, like $48, how much higher will it go? Will it be good for another pop? Will it be good for another 10 or 15 ticks above 48.05? That's don't know about that. But anyways, we'll wait and see. This is Vance. I might extend this a little bit, but in fact, might as well do it right now. Okay, so we'll move it up to 15. So this is the opening price. Maybe we'll get there, maybe we won't. But so I'll leave it the way it is. And we'll just give a pause. I'll leave it run, see if it works out. Okay, it looks like it did blast off here. So I'll just move this up a little bit more. Trail it by a couple of bars. Move this up a little higher. Okay, maybe I'll just get one more push, get to 25, and that'll be it. Okay, it took me out at 48.10. Couldn't quite get up to 48.25, but that's fine. It's not a problem with that. You know, we're in at 60. It's 50 ticks. Pretty good on a runner. I think that's great. I mean, anytime it extends more than 30, it's really good. So, very happy with that. So, this is Vance. Hope you enjoyed the videos. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.